Hey Trailblazers, guess what? Our favorite icy genius, Herta, is getting a glow up. No, not another puppet. This time it's the Herta. Yes, full caps, she's officially the Beyoncé of the Genius Society, and honestly, she knows it. So, if you've been keeping up with Honkai Star Rail's latest updates, you probably caught the reveal of Herta's true form. She's a 5-star Erudition Path Ice character, and while the hype is real, I'm here to give you the full breakdown of her kit and why, for me, she might just be a skip. Yep, you heard that right. Before we get into it though, just a quick reminder, everything I'm about to share is based on Salic. You know, the stuff everyone knows but no one officially says. Gotta tread lightly around our friends at Hoyoverse. So take this info with a giant grain of salt until we see the official beta. Cool, let's get into it. Alright, let's talk about what makes the Herta unique, or, well, a kind of unique. She's got this whole clues and spirit keys mechanic that sounds a lot like Jade's setup, but honestly, it feels more restrictive than revolutionary. Her basic attack is pretty standard ice damage to a single enemy. Her skill and enhanced skill start to shake things up. They deal ice damage to a target, apply clues or spirit keys, and spread that frosty goodness to nearby enemies. Her enhanced skill even goes full AoE, hitting all enemies. Then there's her ultimate, which feels like the cherry on top. It's an AoE ice nuke that lets her take an immediate turn, boosts her attack, and gives her a free use of enhanced skill. On paper it's strong, but the whole clues mechanic is where things get tricky. Here's the deal with clues, aka spirit keys. They stack on enemies throughout the battle, and the Herta's enhanced skill scales its damage based on how many stacks are on the target. Sounds good, right? Well, kind of. The problem is you really need a team of Erudition characters to maximize her potential. Her talent even specifically buffs her damage based on the number of Erudition characters in your squad. It's very Akron 2.0. You know how Akron needs 2 Nihility teammates to really shine? Yeah, it's that kind of setup. For Akron, unless you pull her E2, she will feel that restriction, and I believe the Herta will be the same, which supposedly makes her less reliant on team composition. She's going to feel pretty restricted. Personally, I don't love it when characters feel like they only work in super specific teams. It's not my vibe. And here's the kicker. Why pull for the Herta when her free 4-star puppet can basically do the same thing? Sure, the Herta has bigger numbers and some fancier animation, but at the end of the day, she's just another Ice Erudition character. If you're like me and already have a solid team, she might not bring enough new to the table to justify pulling for her. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and learned something new, smash that like button. It really helps me out. Oh, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started with all the juicy 3.0 content, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Now, I will admit her technique is kind of cool. It marks nearby loot, perfect for those treasure hunts, and gives an attack buff when you start combat. And in the simulated universe, it wrecks waves of enemies. 99% damage to non-elites and decent damage to elites. If you're farming, that's where she might actually shine. Now let's touch on her traces, those little perks that make her even cooler. T1 regenerates energy when allies attack based on the number of enemies hit. T2 increases crit damage for everyone if you've got Erudition teammates. T3 supercharges her enhanced skill when using her ultimate based on those juicy clue stacks. So yeah, she's a team player and a powerhouse. But let's not forget her spirit keys. These bad boys stack up to 42 times and ramp up her damage. And trust me, you want that number as high as possible because it's game over for your enemies. But again, I can't shake the feeling that this kit just doesn't bring enough to make her a must pull, especially when the 4-star version of her exists. And let's not forget how heavily her kit relies on team synergy. If you're not running other Erudition characters, you're not getting the most out of her talent or traces. Sure, she boosts crit damage for your team, but you really need the right setup to make her pop. For me, that's a skip. Unless the official beta reveals something game-changing, I don't think I'll be pulling for her. I mean, why I spend resources on another Ice Erudition character when her free puppet can hold down the fort just fine? So, there you have it. Trailblazers. That's everything we know so far about the Herta's true form. While she looks cool, literally, I'm just not convinced she's worth the investment, at least for me. But hey, that's just my take. What do you think? Are you excited to pull for the Herta, or are you planning to skip? Let me know in the comments and let's get the discussion going. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content. It really helps me out and keeps me motivated to bring you all the latest updates. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
回来，大球球比。 球才要4球球啊，5球球莫名死掉6球球台，7球球们扎头挖坑，8球球